Steve the Tool Man. So I watched a lot of videos on the Luba blades, the little razor blades that uses 8 razor blades, and each razor blade has 4 sides basically. And you hear the words flip and rotate and this, and so I like everything written down so I can understand it. So I mean, I just couldn't get it in my head what they were talking about, and each person talked about something different. So I made a little chart and how I was going to do it with my blades. You can get 200 hours out. Well, I rotate them every 50 hours. So I'm sure you can go longer than that, but I mean, they're cheap enough. So every 50 hours, I make sure there's a new cutting surface, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So here's the Luba. Here's my chart. Here's the Luba. She's on her back like a turtle, on her back. Front bumper. There's the rear. This blade is going clockwise. This blade is going counterclockwise. I wouldn't say shooting the grass to the rear, but forcing it to the rear, I would say. So our first blade change is going to be a disc swap from here to here and from here to here. So this is a disc swap. You're going to remove 3 bolts, 2.5 millimeter bolts, and you're going to take the discs off and move them. So this one's going to here and this one's going to here. So that's the first 50-hour swap. And then so you get a whole new cutting surface. This was cutting surface A. Now this is going to be cutting surface B. And then the next swap we're going to do is we're going to remove the 1 bolt out of the blade itself, and we're going to physically rotate the blade. Physically rotate it. So, and then we're going to put the bolt back. And I use blue Loctite when I put these back. It's a good Loctite. And then, so that's another 50 hours. Then the final 50 hours, we're going to do another disc swap. So then you end up exactly where you started. So we're going to do another disc swap of this one, number 2 to number 2, and number 1 to number 1. We're going to swap them out again. So that's how I'm doing my blade swaps. And that way you get 200 hours on your blades, or you can get more than that. Depends on how much you want to put on them, but I've read that 50 hours swap, do the swaps. Anyway, see ya. Made up a little blade changing packet here I can keep in my toolkit. Got some blue Loctite, and I bought a 2.5 millimeter hex there it changes it pulls the 3 bolts out of the center. And I'll tell you why I suggest not using a power tool. This is a little plastic machine here. If you use a hand screw gun there, a hand tool to take the bolts out, you get a better feel. If you use a oh, there's my granddaughter. If you use a drill, there's a good chance you're going to strip it out. I'd much prefer to use my hand to judge how tight they are. See ya. I wanted to see which way the blades turn, so I brought my Luba out. I stuck an iPhone underneath it and I turned it on. You can see the rotation. So the Luba rotates so that the grass shoots out the back. I'm not sure it shoots, but the engineers, they were smart. They made them go that way so the grass goes out the back, not the front, doesn't shoot toward the front. Here you go. So here's my final thoughts. So when I change my blades, I turn the unit off, I power it down, I pull the orange key, then I take it over against my fence, and I just turn it up against the fence, and I change the blades there. I don't actually flip it on its back or anything. It takes me like 10 minutes to do the blades. But make sure you turn the power off and pull the orange key so that it's totally without power. Anyway, Steve the Tool Man, good luck to you. We'll see you.